Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mr Wickins Reads Varjak Poor, but not the Varjak Poor by SF Said. Oh no, this is Varjak Poor Alternative Endings by you, the listeners. Now, I have had some very cool alternative endings to read out from St Thomas the Martyr's Primary School. So I'm going to read you 4 alternative endings. I'm not going to tell you who each one of them is by until the end of each story. So sit back and relax and check out these alternative endings. The pact was made. The deed was done. Holly, Varjak and Kludge slowly walked up the hill. The bushes twitched. Out of the bush came Tam. Tam! Bellowed Holly and Varjak excitedly. Kludge was confused. Tam? He said. Yes, this is our friend Tam, said Varjak softly. Varjak told Tam what they were doing and where they were going. Together they went up the hill. Finally, they'd made it up the hill. Oh, finally, gasped Holly, out of breath. We have made it, said Varjak excitedly. But how will we climb over? Asked Holly confusingly. Varjak had a plan. He would get Kludge to dig a hole under the wall. Kludge, please dig a hole under the wall. Into the garden, asked Varjak politely. Okay, Varjak, replied Kludge deeply. So Kludge got digging. And a few minutes later, they were in. Varjak had finally brought a dog back to his family. He had conquered his quest. He had brought a dog home. What are we going to do now? Said Holly and Tam. We are going to save my family, replied Varjak proudly. They all slipped through the cat flap, and the man in black with the 2 black cats. The family was just about to eat the caviar, so Varjak screamed, Stop! The whole family turned around. Elderpaw was alive. He came to Varjak and squeezed him. We need to defeat the man and his cat, said Varjak. The family met with Holly and Tam, but they were scared of Kludge. So Varjak said to his family, Don't be scared. He's our friend. Then his family was okay. The fight began. Varjak used moving circles and slashed the man across the leg. Kludge defeated the 2 cats. Holly jumped at the man's chest, and then a fountain of blood poured out. To finish him, Elderpaw jabbed him in the head, and he was dead. Everyone was cheering. Woohoo! Shouted everyone. They still needed to find the Contessa, though, so they went upstairs. The bed was empty, but there was a note on the pillow, and it read, Dear Varjak, I have written this note to tell you that I am okay, and I know what he's doing and planning. Look after yourselves and your family. Love from the Contessa. Wow. Great story, and that was by Finley K, age 9 in Year 4, St Thomas the Martyr Primary School. Okay, are you ready for the next one? Here we go. Ooh, which one shall I do next? I think I'll do this one. Here we go. Varjak was infuriated because Holly was laughing at him. It's not my fault that I got mixed up, said Varjak angrily. No one will be that dumb to think that, you moron, chuckled Holly. Varjak inhaled a big pool of air in his lungs. Inhale, outhale, whispered Varjak. Now he wasn't much furious. I'm just not a city cat. I never saw the outside world until I had to save my family, said Varjak, staying strong. Well, I'm very sorry, Varjak, said Holly, not meaning it too much. Varjak smelled some tuna, and then the smell was strong. It came from a house. Holly, let's go and get the tuna, said Varjak, licking his lips. Before Holly was about to say a word, Kludge interrupted. Kludge feels sick, bleh, bad smell. Varjak went to the garden. Wait here, guys, said Varjak quickly. When Varjak went to the garden, he got a peg for Kludge. and then ran like a flash back to them. "Here, Kludge, take this," said Varjak kindly. "Now let's go." "Kludge smell turkey and tuna," interrupted Kludge again. "Varjak, let's just go and get a snack. Your family doesn't need you," said Holly. "What about 3 cans of tuna if you help?" said Varjak, smiling. Holly licked her lips and gave Varjak an okay look. "Okay, Kludge, let's go," said Varjak. Varjak, Holly and Kludge went to the house through the door, and the food was in that room. "Kludge, go and get it all," said Holly, looking as if the people were not coming. But then she saw someone. "Varjak, Kludge, hide!" screamed Holly. "What happened?" asked Varjak. "Humans incoming," replied Holly. "Ah!" screamed the 3 of them. They hid under the table, and when they went away, the 2 cats and the dog ran out of the house to start their journey. They found a bus, and they ran on quickly, and it said to Calgo Road, and Varjak remembered that bus stop was near his home. It's Calgo Road! It's time to see my family!" shouted Varjak gleefully. "Varjak, don't be too happy. It's 1 hour left on the journey," said Holly. "Kludge sleepy. Kludge go to sleep," said Kludge, yawning. Meanwhile, lying down. "Yeah, I feel sleepy too," said Varjak, yawning. "Good night," said Holly. 1 hour later. Ding ding! The bus bell rang, and the 3 friends woke up and went out of the bus. "Woohoo! We are here! This is great!" said Varjak happily. "Excuse me, Varjak, it's not our—" "Where's Kludge?" shouted Varjak and Holly. Meanwhile this was happening, Kludge was banging on the bus door. "Woo! Varjak, the next bus stop is Falcon Drive. Let's go there," said Holly. Varjak and Holly ran there, and Kludge just found them, so he got off the bus. "Kludge see Varjak and Holly. No forget about Kludge," said Kludge gleefully. "Of course," Varjak poured. "That's home. Kludge, can you do me a favour? Can you let us ride you?" asked Varjak. "Kludge do anything for a friend," said Kludge, smiling. Holly and Varjak went on Kludge's back, and he ran as fast as he could. "The front door is locked, and the windows are closed, Varjak," said Holly. "Oh, wait, there's a cat door in the garden. Kludge, how far can you jump? How far up can you jump?" asked Varjak. Kludge jumped, and Varjak looked at his jump on the fence. "Yeah, that's enough. Kludge, please can we use you like a ladder to climb over the fence? You jump high to get over it," asked Varjak. Instead of answering, Kludge went to the fence and smiled. Varjak and Holly got on Kludge and went to the garden as Kludge followed on. They went through the cat door, but Kludge couldn't fit. "Kludge, jump through the window," said Varjak. Again, Kludge gave him an okay look. The window smashed. Wham! Elderpaw was in bandages, and the rest were eating. "Varjak," said Elderpaw. "Wait, Grandad. Okay, so Kludge, scare the man," said Varjak. "Kludge no see," said Kludge. "I tried to tell you." "They're gone," said the Elderpaw. Oh. The end. And that was by Nicole from St Thomas the Martyr's Primary School. Thank you very much. That was absolutely amazing. Excellent. Okay, let's see which one we should do next. How about this one? Oh, yes, here we go. The pack arrived at the family's house. "All right," said Varjak confidently, climbing the wall, jumping into the back garden. Well, do we sneak in, or—" Holly said in a gravelly voice. "Kludge scared man," said Kludge loudly. The gentleman came outside. The pack snuck behind him. Just then, the 2 black cats pounced. Kludge, Varjak and Holly threw them off. "Oh, phew, that was close," Varjak said, releasing a reviving breath. "Right, where's the family?" asked Holly curiously. I don't know," said Varjak. "Wait, where is Kludge?" Holly yelled. Just then, Kludge barked. "Varjak, here!" Kludge said excitedly. He was right to trust Kludge because They were, tied up. Julius was the first one untied. Why me? Julius said. Just because you are my brother, Varjak said softly. Without warning, all four of them were thrown out of the window and Varjak blacked out once more. Varjak dreamed. Varjak was back in Mesopotamia with the sweet, sweet cinnamon air. He saw Jalal standing near the river Tigris. You can free yours and my family, Jalal said. I have Julius with me, replied Varjak. Do you have a dog? Jalal asked, and Varjak replied, yes, and his name is Kludge. Varjak was so happy. I have a dog, but what do I do now? Please, wake up, screamed Jalal. You must go and find Sally Bones and team up with her. No, yelled Varjak. But that is the only way, replied Jalal. Fine, I will. And with that, Varjak awoke. Climbing over the wall took a long time, as it was Julius's first time, but eventually he managed to scale it. They went into Sally's territory. Trespassers, Sally whispered. Come out, demanded Julius. What's the catch? Sally asked curiously. I can tell you all I know of Jalal. She appeared. Razor, come here and help me. What is the task? Asked Razor. Sally told him, and Razor agreed with the plan somewhat hesitantly. So together they climbed up the mossy, steep and rock-soiled wall, came upstairs, and then... Pounce! The two black cats jumped Kludge and Razor undercut them. Okay, I will go with Sally to untie my family. Razor and Kludge, scare the man, and Holly, guard the door, Varjak planned. They split up. Varjak and Sally freed the family. Varjak, you saved us, and Sally, we missed you. Sally, we missed you since you went missing. Wait, what? You'll have to buy my next book if you want to discover the what. And that was by Jordan Shaw, who has recently turned 9, from St Thomas the Martyr Primary School. Excellent stuff. Thank you, Jordan. Okay, we have one more. One more to go. Let me just make sure I've got it ready. Doopy-doopy-doo. I think this is it. Okay, here we go. Okay. The deal was done. The pact had been made. The trio made their way up the steep, elevated hill. Contessa's house was obscured behind a towering wall covered with moss and ivy. Varjak scrambled up the lofty wall, and so did Holly. How did you climb up this wall with no experience? Asked Holly curiously. Varjak ignored her, gazing at the house that he had been banished himself from. He looked back at the hill and saw Kludge was still down there. Kludge, come on! We need to save my family! Varjak exclaimed. Kludge, sorry! Kludge can't climb! Kludge closed, not sharp, said Kludge sorrowfully. Oh, come on! Holly sighed. Don't worry, Kludge. I have an idea, announced Varjak craftily. Okay, Kludge, can you dig holes and tunnels? Varjak asked nervously. Kludge love digging. Kludge dig all the time. Dig, 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 dig. Kludge said excitedly. Varjak knew that his plan would be a success. Okay, Kludge, I want you to dig under the stone wall, articulated Varjak. Okay, Kludge digging under now! Kludge panted. Varjak and Holly clambered back up to the wall and saw grass and dirt flying up behind where Kludge was digging. They saw Kludge inside the wall and bounded down to meet him. Kludge was filthy. He was covered head to toe in dirt and sludge. Kludge, I think you have a little something on your fur. Holly giggled. She wasn't laughing for long, though. Kludge was shaking his thick, lengthy fur. Varjak and Holly were soaked in wet mud. "Is better?" asked Kludge. Varjak and Holly shook their heads at each other. Holly and Varjak went through the cat flap and eventually got Kludge through too. Varjak told Kludge to stay at the staircase, and Holly stayed there too. Varjak raced into the kitchen where the family were eating dinner. "Where have you been, insect?" Julius shouted with a mouthful of food. "And who do you think you are, head of the family?" Varjak shouted back at Julius. "Actually, I am," laughed Julius. Varjak glared at him with fury in his eyes. "I have something to say," Varjak announced. "The gentleman and his cats, I think, killed Elderpaw," exclaimed Varjak to his family. No. That isn't true," denied Julius. "Julius is right. Varjak is a liar. He's lying," murmured the family. "Oh, well," said Varjak. "You'll see." And he trudged back to Kludge and Holly. "Any luck?" they both asked. "No. He called me a liar," said Varjak. "Want to go back to the city then?" asked Holly. "Sure, I guess," sighed Varjak hopelessly. "Oh, cheer up. Maybe Tam's back," said Holly. "Okay!" Varjak ran around excitedly. "Let's go then," Holly said, already leaving. And that was written by our fabulous Emily Dean, age 9, at St Thomas the Martyr Primary School, all in Year 4. Well, thank you so much, all of you lot, and for your fabulous teacher as well, for sending those in. I really appreciate them, and I hope you lot appreciated them as well. And do write in with any more alternative endings or artwork or anything like that. But thank you, and tune in next time for another episode of Mr Wickins Reads. Bye for now.